Ladies and gentlemen, we interrupt your regularly scheduled programming to bring you this special bulletin. Roblox is finding themselves in a bit of hot water as of late, and had been debating on how much I was going to talk about this, considering some of the topics is not necessarily what my channel is about, but this has to do with video games. I am a parent, and if nothing else, information needs to get out there. Channels that cover video games, cover the industry, need to be talking about this. And well, here we go. I'm going to do my best. Roblox is a rather popular game, blowing up as of late. I've complimented it countless times on the numerous things that you can do in the game, the different game genres, platforms. I don't know what to call it exactly, but the numerous things that different games that you can create in Roblox is rather astounding to me. If you just learn a little bit, you can be quite successful on it. It's almost more of a game engine than anything else. And well, I've followed a few content creators over quite a few years that play Roblox and showcase what they can do. I myself play it with the executive producer and Lanyap, and believe me, I've had discussions with them of the topics that we're going to get into in this video. And I do believe, first and foremost, parents should have those conversations because ultimately, I do not believe this is a Roblox problem. This is an internet social video game problem that is catered to children is the number one issue. Parents need to educate themselves as much as possible to combat this. I don't think shutting down a game like Roblox or a platform like Roblox is going to solve any problems whatsoever. Club Penguin was a thing, and then it got shut down, and people, particular individuals, just moved elsewhere, and that's all that's going to happen. I'll get into my final thoughts at the end of the video, but we're going to go over this. Little something happened about 10 days ago, probably by the time you're going to see this, maybe 9. An individual, a content creator named that goes by Schlep, was sent a cease and desist letter from Roblox, pretty much saying that, you're doing something wrong. You are a bad, naughty boy. We write on behalf of Roblox Corporation. The letter serves as a formal cease and desist notice regarding your unauthorized and harmful activities on the Roblox platform. Your actions are in violation of Roblox policy. I continue to have difficulty saying Roblox, and I don't know why. Directly undermine Roblox safety efforts. That's an interesting turn of phrase there. And critically are exposing our users. Well, that's interesting. Why did he get a cease and desist? What is it that Schlep does? If you've been living under a rock and you follow video games across the internet on social media, then you might have no idea. But since every video is someone's first, Schlep ran afoul years ago. I don't know how long ago, but he was talked into things by some particularly bad actors. And yes, I'm going to take care in my terminology because YouTube seems to not like people talking about this subject. I'll leave everything on the screen. You can pause it. Roblox is going after Schlep for endangering safety of its users when he's actually going after actual people who are I'm saying it twice, whatever. He's going after people who are actually endangering its users. It's primarily child user base. Pursuant to Roblox policies, Roblox will be closing your accounts, which it indeed did. Now, NAB highlights something while recognizes the serious nature of online, I think it's far enough. What? We're 4 minutes in. Predatory behavior. Your methods include failing to immediately report suspicious activities to Roblox. Schlep claims that to be very vague, and I've seen a few of Schlep's posts that digging through it would take me half the day. Schlep claims that he has reported countless times, and I believe he does not work by himself. There's a few partners he has with them to go after these particularly despicable individuals who prey on the innocent of our youth. Go with me, folks. So he doesn't work alone, and he goes after these people, gets them into chat rooms and whatever, masquerades as an underage child to get people in trouble. And so far, he has gotten six particularly nefarious individuals arrested. So one of these things is true and one of these things is false. Either he's not reporting it to Roblox and just going out on his own to be a vigilante. But if he's being a vigilante, which Roblox claims that he is, then how is he getting them arrested? Because vigilantes don't get people arrested. They go after them, they take care of that themselves. My understanding, Schlepp has gone through all the proper measures, at least what I can only assume is minuscule at best, that Roblox has in order to report these particular nefarious individuals, these bad actors, I guess we'll go with that word. And Roblox does not respond. And apparently, somewhere I've read this, their excuse is, oh, we get millions and millions and millions a day with the number of users. Well, that's a your platform problem. You need to figure out somehow a way to do that. I'll reiterate this by the end of the video, and I will appreciate you sticking around. Hit that like button if you don't mind. Comment. Tell me what you think. But over here, Schlepp he lives in Texas. 5-minute conversation with good old Ted Cruz. This bothers me, but again, I'll get more into it. Let's go down the story. Schlepp, cease and desist letter. What else? Every account he's ever made on Roblox has been terminated. Why would they try to shut him down so much? He has gotten at least, well, so far, he's gotten 6 predators taken care of. You would think a platform such as Roblox, who caters primarily to underage children, which is kind of redundant, sorry about that, caters to children on their games and their platforms, get all the little money from their parents' credit cards. You would think they would want Schlepp and his group of cohorts, joke, his partners, get them on the payroll, get some assistance with them, do something to improve your ability or a player's ability to report the bad actors. Maybe do something like that. Something I found rather interesting that came out around the time, August 10th. What is this post? August 10th. Let's see, cease and desist, August 9th. The day after Schlepp gets kicked off, the chief security officer, Matthew Kaufman, chief security officer for Roblox, unloaded $800,000 in stock. Now, to be fair, there's nothing illegal about that, but where there's smoke, there's fire. You think maybe perhaps someone could see the writing on the wall after Schlepp was banned, cease and desist, that maybe the security officer, the safety officer, knew something was amiss. I am purely speculating on that one, but hey, it looks like a duck, quacks like a duck, walks like a duck. A duck. Just an interesting little bit of information. Why would you unload $800,000 worth of stock when Roblox has been exploding? I don't know. Maybe it's that you could see the writing on the wall because the Roblox stock value has tanked, absolutely plummeted $12 billion in value over the past 9 days. And heaven knows where it's going to go after that, because it just keeps getting better and better. With Roblox comparing Schlepp and his people to actual predators, comparing them. This is one of their responses to Schlepp's dismissal, his banning, sharing more information about why it was necessary to remove vigilantes. Vigilantes has a rather negative tone. Okay. If he wasn't working with the police, I could agree. If he wasn't trying to report all these people to Roblox over and over again, I could agree. But that's not what's happening, at least based on what Schlepp said and what other accounts have reported. Remove vigilantes from Roblox, but you don't want to remove the bad actors. Interesting. And the ways in which we review and act on reports of abuse on Roblox. You mean the fact that you don't act on reports of abuse. While seemingly well-intentioned, seemingly nothing, he's working with the police. That's why they get arrested instead of the crap beaten out of them by some rather sick individual who's going after children. The vigilantes we've banned have taken actions that are both unacceptable. Unacceptable. You think it's unacceptable for someone to report the actions of a child predator to the local police and have them arrested. That is unacceptable. Roblox, I think you're in trouble. Create an unsafe environment for users. I'm just going to leave that statement alone and let you decide. Unsafe environment. Who's creating? Anyway, moving on. Similar to actual predators, they often impersonate minors. Much like Chris Hansen and To Catch a Predator does. It's a tactic commonly used by the authorities to catch individuals like this. It is a very common practice, and Roblox themselves does absolutely nothing when reports come in of these things happening. Then he has no choice but to go to the authorities, which, again, need I remind you, gets these individuals arrested. Ergo, working with the police. I think I used that right. Actively approached other users, then tried to lead them to other platforms to have sexually, which is against our terms of service. But you're not banning the bad actor predators for doing the same thing. Okay. Why we remove vigilantes? It's more important to get them out of the system instead of the predators. Instead of just reporting on safety issues, which I do believe Schlepp has said numerous times, backed it up with screenshots and whatnot, that he has been reporting them. Impersonating children actively sought to connect with I can't see that word, users. These conversations mimicked inappropriate behavior, which is what he gave to the police to get these people arrested, and actively encourage other users to connect on the social media and messaging platforms, thus bypassing Roblox's own lack of safety systems. Again, working with the police. Something Roblox doesn't seem to want to admit or acknowledge. Trusted Flagger Program, where close and trusted partners can report serious criminal activity, but no one else? I mean, if you have the ability to take a screenshot and send it on up to Roblox, like, hey, here's the timestamp. Here's the game. You get logs, and you can go in and see who it was. Track down their IP, and report them to the proper authorities. But it can only be Trusted Flagger Program. You need a better system, Roblox. You truly, truly do. No question about it. Roblox CSO Matt Kaufman's latest response to the situation implies that because our decoys aren't real children, the predators that try to meet up with them aren't safety issues. I'm sorry? Quote, instead of just reporting on safety issues, they reinforce this by describing our catches as mimicking inappropriate behavior. For predators trying to meet up with who they think is a child, that's not mimicking inappropriate behavior. It is appropriate behavior. I'll definitely agree with Schlepp on that one. So, that's an interesting one. Ultimately, all this culminates to a bunch of politicians trying to jump on the never let a tragedy go to waste bandwagon, starting with my oh so wonderful state of Louisiana. District attorney files a lawsuit, billions of reports. I haven't read this one yet, but I'm going to take the time and bore you people to tears. I have a problem with this, regardless of whatever it looks to be good intentions to protect our children. I don't want daddy government messing around in video games. Stay away from our entertainment. I'll continue with that statement. Today, Louisiana Attorney General Liz Muriel announced legal action against Roblox, the #1 game site for children and teens. Yes, indeed. Lawsuit brought by the 21st Judicial District of Louisiana shows that through its online gaming service, Roblox has and continues to facilitate the distribution of inappropriate content aimed at children, which exploits Louisiana's children. Maybe we should give parents the resources to educate themselves on these happenings in online video games. You think that might be a better idea? Educate the parents, educate the children's. Just a thought. That's where it starts. Maybe, perhaps. Because banning a game like Roblox, shutting it down, will do absolutely nothing. Nothing at all if parents don't pay attention to what their children are doing. Okay? I'm not saying be invasive. I'm not saying spy on your kids. Talk to them. Explain to them the type of people that are out there. And don't wait till they're 17, 18, 19 years old. Well, 18 and 19 years old, there's really nothing you can do about it after that. Talk to them. Talk to them like people. Explain to them there are foul, filthy, disgusting people who want to take them away, like the unfortunate, unfortunate child in California that was taken away, kidnapped in California because of Roblox, activity happening on Roblox, and taken across the country. Luckily, I believe they found her, thank goodness, but it still happened. Terrifying incident for any parent to even think of. How do you stop that? How do you combat that? Education, discussion, you talk about it. I have these discussions with the executive producer, not once or twice a year, to make sure she understands. I make sure she sees and knows what is expected, what is restricted, and what will happen if she breaks the rules. She understands this. You know what else I do? Especially with Lanyap as well. He just got in on the conversation. I play the games with them. That's it. It's very simple. It's not that big a deal. Get involved in what your kids play the games with them. You might be surprised at how much fun they find that too. Let's get back to this. Knowingly and intentionally fails to implement basic safety controls to protect child users from predators. Now, this is a part that I could agree on. This may be something. First thing you do, you start with the parents, like I said, educate, teach, talk to them, talk to your kids. Be part of what they're doing. Know what they are doing. But at the same time, two things can always be true. Roblox needs to implement a better system. As a matter of fact, any and all online multiplayer games that are catered, that are advertised directly towards children must have some way, doesn't have to be perfect because nobody's perfect. We all know that. But you need to have some way to report on these things. So a reliable system in place. Otherwise, you do deserve to be shut down. Why would it be so difficult? Knowingly and intentionally fails to provide notice to parents and child users of its dangers. That's where the education comes into play. As a parent, you need to be smart enough to know any and all social spaces online, whether it's a chat room, Discord server, a video game, if there are children there playing, 13, 14, 15, there will be adults. There will guaranteed be adults in there trying to prey on your child. Pure and simple. And there's nothing to stop them, which is where the education comes into play. Okay? This is not necessarily, as I said in the beginning, this is not a Roblox problem. This is an online problem. Do you want, and I'm not saying ban your children from the internet. We are living in the digital age with information at our fingertips, smartphones that have access to decades old information, and we're still arguing about whether or not Batman and Superman can beat each other up. Talk, educate, learn, make sure your child knows what's going on. Whether it's Roblox, Minecraft, Club Penguin, what it was, Fortnite, Among Us, if there is a social online space, whether it's a social media platform or a video game, where there's a chat room and people can talk and go off by themselves, in the case of Roblox, then there will be sick, vile, putrid adults there looking to take them away and abuse them in any way, shape, or form that they see fit. How much more of this I'm going to read. Due to Roblox's lack of safety protocols, it endangers the safety of the children of Louisiana. Statements like that make me firmly believe that our district attorney, our lovely attorney general, I keep saying district attorney. I keep saying that. How many times have y'all keep track if y'all want to watch this again. How many times did I say that? Our attorney general, Liz Muriel, is looking for a political win, or what she sees as an easy political win. I see this happening across the country, across the United States. Politicians coming out of the woodwork who have never heard of Roblox, probably thinks video game violence leads to real world violence, and want to see this as a stepping stone to pad their political careers, get some attention, get some clout. Because much like video games and developers and everything, they don't care. They ultimately do not give a toss. They want control. And it wouldn't surprise me if movements like this will be used to push digital online ID, the removal of any sort of anonymity online. Again, I don't want Big Daddy government anywhere near my escapism. Piss off. In order to do that, developers, producers, publishers, whatever, of these video games need to be held accountable or need to be pushed to implement better safeguards, better ways, more efficient ways to report the bad actors, and more resources for parents to educate themselves. Don't be afraid to talk to your children. Don't be afraid to play the games with your kids. Might be an idea. I don't have time. Make time. I got a full-time job too, and I run this nonsensical channel most of the time. Well, no, I do run it all the time. You get what I mean? Take some time, talk to them, educate them. It's a laundry list of videos out there. Upper Echelon is highly suggested. I showed one of his videos. I believe it was talking about Among Us. Showed that to the executive producer. Opened her eyes. It's a talk that needs to be had. Ultimately, it just, no matter what. Because, as I said numerous times in this video, and thank you for making it this far. Hey, leave a like. Again, hit that subscribe button. My algorithm's tanking me. It's killing me. This is not a Roblox problem. Okay? Roblox is just the current environment that it is taking place. Ever since children could get online and play video games, there have been foul, putrid, disgusting individuals who want to prey on them. The only way to stop it is education, resources to report these particular individuals to the authorities, to the publisher, developer, whatever. That's what needs to be implemented first and foremost before we have lovely Attorney General Liz Muriel getting her greedy little political claws into our escapism. Again, that's all I've got. Let me know what you think. Pay attention to what your kids are doing. Talk to them. Educate yourself before it's too late. It's about the best suggestion I can give. That's all I've got. Y'all have a good one.